You know, you see the emotions on James Milner's face there, who's been immense over the last few games, the last few months. You see the celebrations in the crowd, and, you know, I know what it means to these people. I've lived around them, and I've been around the world, and I know the following. I know, but I know the following this football club's got. It's a special club, it's a unique club, and I'm pleased for everyone else.
Describe what it means to a club like Liverpool, this kind of another final, a chance to win that trophy yet again for the 6th time possible.
These fans just want this club to compete. They want to go and watch the team and be proud of the team, and at the moment this manager's got them flying. He's got them bubbling, and I believe, you know, if they can go this one step further and get over the line against Madrid, this could be the start of something special under this manager. Because, you know, he's world class, and he's brought a philosophy here that the fans are bought right into, and the players are delivering for him week in, week out. And I think they're on the verge of something really, really good.
It's 10 o'clock here in... well, it's 11 o'clock here in Rome. It's 10 o'clock at home. Apparently the fans are not going to be allowed out
they don't want
for security reasons until 1 o'clock. But they won't care now, will they? They really won't care.
They'll be having a party. I think they're getting ready for the next song. I think a few of the players have still been out there joining them in. But listen, this is a great achievement. I mean, this is a very inexperienced squad that he's assembled together, and they've managed to get this far. And I think, again, going back to Klopp, this is very much down to him, his recruitment, and the way he's got these guys believing in the way he wants to play, and the brand of football they're playing is so exciting to watch.
I think you've also got to mention the owners, Gary. Sorry to interrupt you. You know, they had a little bit of stick when they first come in, where they prepared to go big and where they prepared to back the team and the project and stuff, and they've gone big, and they've backed the recruitment, they've backed the manager. And the recruitment have got it right, and the manager's philosophy, it's all connecting.
They got the right manager, didn't they?
For sure. Yeah. For sure, 100%.
Yeah. And Frank, I mean, it's a great achievement. And looking at the final, I suppose in many ways, you've got perhaps a team that's coming towards the end of its era, and possibly a team that's starting its era.
Yeah, well, as the lads are saying, that's a culmination of the hard work. And myself and Rio are not going to pretend that we're Liverpool fans, but when you've been...
We're not.
But, you don't have to be fans to admire a team's performance.
But when you've been in the game, as we're saying, you know what the hard work that this takes. Players, behind the scenes staff, everybody at the football club, as Steve said, and the owners, you know, that's planning from a long time ago, and the hard work all the way. James Milner, the hard work he's done in his career, to be called boring, he's boring because he's trained all the hours more than anyone, the gym work, the preparation, all those things come together for these moments. You can't take it away from any one of those players or anyone at Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah, and it's great to see, but as I said, a Man United fan, ex-Man United player, it's frightening. Because, as Stevie said, and rightly so, this could be the start.
Manchester United ahead of Liverpool in the league. Where are Liverpool overall? Are they a cup side possibly?
I mean, well, look, you know, I'm not going to have any kind of digs at Manchester United tonight. The league doesn't lie, so over the campaign United deserve to be where they are, and, you know, they deserve more credit than Liverpool in the league at the moment. But this team is made for cup competitions, the way they play on the counter-attack over 2 legs. It's difficult to find a team that could stop them when they're in this form. Over 2 legs, and they can outscore teams.
And I think that's the thing for Madrid. They'll be sitting there and they'll be going, well, we have to be on it. If we're not on it fully, and if we're complacent in any way because we're going to be the favourites, because of the history suggests that they should be favourites, they can come unstuck against this team, because this team, they've got players capable of running 60, 70 yards.
Roma, aren't they, as well, in those, you know, those positions that we pointed out over the last 2
I don't think they're as weak, and definitely not as naive. That's the difference. And
they're going to be goals, though, aren't they?
They're going to be goals. I mean, over the 2 semi-finals, 20 goals. What's happened to defending? I mean, that's maybe boring from other people's perspective, but as a defender, what has happened? Because 20 goals over the 4 games at this level is crazy.
Poor defending, and I think a few lessons to Liverpool in that second half. Liverpool is very tough, that, and when the game goes against you, the emotion of this crowd is tough. But a few lessons. The first time I've seen them in this competition this year, slightly detached, defending very deep, couldn't quite get out because there was a long way to their front three. And now against the Real Madrid team at their best, there'll be extra tests. Enjoy the moment, but there's a few weeks now to really prepare for that.
But sometimes when you've got a team who've got absolutely nothing to lose, like Roma in the end, and it's all gung-ho, it can become a little bit difficult if you can't quite get out.
But that's why we talked about game management and experience, and now, as I said, they'll learn a lot from this game today.
Yes. Alexander-Arnold made a couple of mistakes, but he kind of battled away, and players like that.
And I think for him, a great young talent. I think today the games that he'll learn the most from. What went wrong for him today? It wasn't just his personal individual position or anything. It's talking about people in front of you, getting them in position to protect you a little bit. He had zero protection really, other than when Milner came out. But when the timing's not right, he's left exposed. So today he'll learn from that. As the coach is there, Klopp's a great manager. I'm sure that they'll go back to the video and show him these things.
It was tight, but they always look comfortable. I mean, the 4-2 goal was the very last second. There was never going to be a time for a response.
I think it was more comfortable than the scoreline suggested, but I definitely agree with what the lads are saying. There's a bit of tweaking to do, there's a bit of learning, and Trent will grow from this. But if you think about his age and the inexperience to handle Man City away, and then to handle Roma away, in big
19 years old.
For me,
19 years old.
I'm not just saying it, but he has to go for the World Cup.
Oh, 100%.
I suspect he will.
And both fullback, Robertson there talking. Look where he was a year or 2 years ago.
A year ago, he's relegated with Hull, as he pointed out himself.
Incredible. What a buy he is, and what a sort of humble lad. He comes and speaks that this is a dream, but he's playing like a dream. Incredible stuff.
He certainly is. Much to discuss and show the goals as well. Plenty of them, of course. When we great stuff, I'm sure it'll give it a great shot as well. We hope the supporters are still in. They're not let them out yet. Could be quite some time, but they'll be fine. They're all talking about the matches and
there you go, 1-0.
We said before the game, Roma playing the way that they do, the way they set up, they had to be perfect in possession. Straight away, they made all the wrong signs for that first chance, the first goal.
Right, talk about luck. That's bad luck, rotten luck, isn't it? God dear.
Yeah, I mean. That's obviously not normal, but these things do happen. Games go against you for different reasons, and to keep coming back and show character is what's needed in a run to the final, and they've done that, and they might need, pretty sure they will need some luck in the final because they're going to come up against the top team, as we know.
I think the difference is with this Roma team and the Real Madrid team, I don't think they'll be as cheap in possession in Madrid. They've got Cruz, Modric, Isco, world-class players, world-class technicians who aren't going to give you as many opportunities to counter-attack by giving the cheap ball away. So, at the end of the day, this Liverpool, just the fans there going, Manchester still just to live. Has Jurgen gone out there?
Yeah, he's just gone out to support the supporters. So, yeah, big cheers, and we were distracted there just for a moment. But don't expect cheers at this time of night, do you? We're normally just the only people left in the stadium, but not the case.
I think the great thing about him is he's infectious.
Yeah.
The way he is, his attitude,
this is when
he's always
he came
smiling.
out. This was just a few seconds ago we recorded it. He likes that one, isn't he? So he should.
But personality, personality rubs off on all those players, because these young boys need to look up to someone. They need to follow. And he actually makes the clubs that he manages, everybody follows it. He brings everybody into it, the fans, behind the scenes, all the players.
And he brings an energy, doesn't he? A real energy and
he does.
Charisma.
He oozes charisma, Gary. I've been in a room with him, and what you see on the camera is what you get. He's a lovely fella, he's a football man, he's passionate, and he made a promise when he came into this football club, he'll make this journey exciting, and that's exactly what he's doing.
He's good at what he does, really.
Yeah, he seems like he's great at what he does, and what he seems to do is that he's got a calming influence. So you see what this Rasmus has, but behind closed doors you can see that he's got a calming influence on his players. He gives them that belief, he gives them that character to go on and actually believe in themselves in situations like this where it can be difficult, and they had tough moments, and you see a few of the players when they're out there, they look to him, he's on there, he's animated, and that rubs off on the players, I'm sure. And we've all played under great managers, and when times are rough, whether it's in a training ground, around the hotel, or on the pitch at that time when you're playing out here, you look to that person for that little bit of guidance, and he's one of them who can do that.
It certainly is. All got a little bit edgy in the second half. It's always going to be if Roma started playing gung-ho, trying to get a goal. Once they got into it, then a little bit of tension, Frank.
Yeah, it's not easy because, wave after wave, the emotion of the crowd makes you nervous, and Jurgen mentioned them dropping back, which obviously is a problem, but sometimes naturally you drop because you're under pressure and you're trying to protect what you've got. And let's give Roma credit. They threw everything at them, and going forward, they're a dangerous team. I mean, Edin Dzeko tonight was an incredible game. What a form he's in his career. I think he's at absolute top of his game. But you always felt once it got into those dying 10 to 15 minutes that the 2-goal cushion was enough. They had the protection. There were 3 goals at one point, and then it became 2. But
this wasn't a penalty, was it?
I think it's 2 close quarters there. What can you do? Fabian can't do anything else there. He's got his arms by his side. There's a yard between them. Fortunately, the ref blows straight after that for full time.
I think we all agreed before or during the game and after that their manager lost his game for them. I think at Anfield, how naive he was, the way he opened them up and let them play, left spaces in the defensive areas for Liverpool to exploit. Like you haven't seen this Liverpool team play. He played into Liverpool's hands, and that was too much for him to do coming here.
And Liverpool made the most of it. So next stop, Kiev. What a night it promises to be.